The opportunity for ADUs, also known as Accessory Dwelling Units, have been expanded in the Gainesville and Alachua County area. But could your casita be a catastrophe? ADUs like guest apartments, secondary units, granny flats, frogs, furnished room over garage, or in-law suites are great ways of providing housing at a more affordable cost. These residences are either attached to the main property or they're very nearby because they all fall within the property lines. And the point being is that it's much more affordable to live in someone's guest house rather than buy your own house on your own land. However, before you go and throw an apartment above your garage or add a cottage to your backyard, read the fine print. In the Gainesville, Alachua County area, the fine print varies, and it depends on whether you're in the city limits or within the county. You can find the rules for your areas pretty easily online, either through the county or city website. Some certain things that you really want to pay attention to first are property setback lines. Yes, you have your property line, but you often can't put stuff right up against the edge. You also want to pay attention to your zoning. Just because the county or city has said that you can have an ADU, you have to be in the right zoning to actually take advantage of it. And if you're in the wrong zoning, codes enforcement could shut you down. In the Gainesville city limits, there are actually size restrictions. ADUs are limited to 850 square feet. Now, there are some caveats, and if you have an existing ADU that's larger from a certain time period, it can be grandfathered in, but again, check out that fine print. There are also guidelines in our area for things like utilities, having enough parking or shared driveway space. There's even some rules about architectural design and matching your ADU to the aesthetic of your main home. And once you get through all the fine print of the city and county, before you apply for your permit, because yes, you need those too, make sure you check with your neighborhood. Does your HOA allow it? If you've got a homeowners association, that's some more fine print you need to look into because not all of them allow ADUs. It's all about the fine print, and it's so much better to do your research now than before you've invested in something that you may or may not be able to take advantage of. So once you've cleared everything through the city, the county, your HOA, now I want you to think about your property taxes. If the main property is your primary residence and you're adding on some income properties, ADUs, be prepared to lose some of your homestead exemption. This basically means that your property taxes are going to go up by a certain percentage. The percentage is going to vary, and your local city or county appraiser can do an assessment, but they're going to decide what percentage of that land is used for ADU purposes, and they're going to deduct that from your exemption. Now, I know what you're thinking. People all the time have income properties or rentals within their property lines and never have any issues with their taxes. But let me tell you, if you add that ADU, if you're collecting income on it, if you have a nosy neighbor or somebody who turns you in, and if you get caught, the consequences are pretty steep. Not only could you lose your current tax exemption, but a lot of times they're gonna go back in time and they're gonna assess interest and fines. Just ask the couple in South Florida who just recently got a $65,000 fine for renting the apartment above their garage for 10 years without saying anything. Suffice it to say that ADUs and the flexibility that they provide, both for low affordable housing as well as income properties for owners, it's a great thing. I just want to make sure that you're reading the fine print, you're calculating the numbers so that you don't look back and wish you would have known. So if perhaps you've got some rooms you're not using, or maybe there's an in-law suite or room for a cottage on your property, it's time to do a deep dive because there can be some hidden costs to these, but in the end, maybe it's worth it. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.